Hi guys, is your baby having a rash? If so, keep watching and you'll never have to worry about this anymore. Hi, I'm Sylvia and I'm a mom of a 1.5-year-old toddler. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what is baby rashes, mainly on what causes it and how to prevent it and what to do about it when your baby gets rashes. So the main reason that I'm doing videos on this topic is because back then when my son Aiden was 6 months old, he had this very horrible rashes going on his face, and it was very heartbreaking for me to see it happening on his face and him suffering from it. So after that time, I did a lot of homework and research on my end, hopefully trying to prevent that from happening in the future. And I would like to share those with you in today's video, so hopefully the same issue wouldn't occur on your baby. First thing first, what is rashes? Rashes is actually a skin irritation issues, and it's actually very common among children under the age of 5, especially under baby under the age of 1. Now, different baby, when they have rashes, they might appear differently. Some baby might just have little white bumps on its skin, while some other might have like this whole patch of red skin, and some might have like those red little bumps that looks like goosebump all over. But you could tell they're rashes because when you touch them, they're gonna feel very dry and rough. Now, while most baby under the age of 1 is gonna have rashes focused on their face and scalp, which is very obvious, older baby over the age of 1 would typically have it all over the body, mainly on like their arms and thighs area. If it get like more serious, it could also go on their stomach area. The good news though is that once baby reach the age of 1, most rashes issue will calmly go away, so it will no longer be such a serious issue. So what causes rashes really? Like I mentioned earlier, rashes is a skin irritation issue, so it's actually different from food allergy. A lot of mom, especially those, like who breastfeed, including me back then, thought that if it's because something that we ate and then that's our baby is possibly allergic to, and then when we feed our baby, those got passed on to them, or if it's because we were introducing new food to our baby and because they're allergic to those, so they get rashes. But rashes is actually a different thing from food allergy. They're not the same, and 90% of rashes among babies is actually caused by environmental factor. That being said, if your baby is allergic to a certain type of, like pollen or pet hair, or maybe just certain type of molecule on in the air, and when they touches and exposed to them, they could get a very serious rashes. But the number one reason that baby get rashes is actually because their skin is not being moisturized enough. And the reason of that is because baby skin is actually way thinner than adult skin. What that means is that their skin does not hold water molecule as good as adult skin does. So when we didn't moisturize their skin enough, they could quickly get dry, especially during wintertime, like how most family would turn their heaters on, then the whole house humidity level would go way down. So that being said, the most important thing to prevent baby from getting rashes is actually keep their skin moisturized. Now, some of the parent would be like, well, I did exactly that. I put, like moisturized lotion on my baby after giving him a bath every single day. Then why on earth is he still having rashes? And the most likely answer is probably because you're just not doing it enough. And the correct way actually to moisturize the baby's skin is after you apply a single layer on the skin, you should wait, like 30 seconds to a minute, wait for the skin to absorb the moisturizing cream, and then apply another layer. So repeat that until the skin can no longer absorb it. And when you see that your baby's skin is kind of like getting oily or looks oily, this means they're no longer absorbing any more moisturizing cream, then you know it's time to stop. So when we typically go shop for moisturizing product on the market for a baby, you actually typically see there's the lotion type and then there's the cream type. And you should actually go for the cream type because they're different. And the reason being, cream is actually thicker and they're higher in oil concentration. So what that means is they could provide a better barrier on your baby's skin, which lock in the water molecule better and helps keep the skin like super hydrated. So beside from keeping our baby skin moisturized, what else could we do? There's actually several things that we could do and keep in mind in order to help further prevent rashes from breaking out. And the number one thing is don't overbath your baby, especially when your baby, is under the age of 6 months and you don't really take them out on a daily basis. The skin is not that dirty, so you really don't need to give them a wash like every single day. As a matter of fact, my pediatrician recommend that I bathe Aiden only twice a week, and you should keep each bathing section between 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go over the 10 minute, and make sure that when you give them a wash, make sure you rinse off the body wash completely because body wash tends to have some chemical, and you do not want having those residue living on your baby's skin. But the most important thing is to make sure that the water temperature is not too hot. Just keeping it to lukewarm level is good enough. The reason because is that baby skin is actually super sensitive to heat. So when they get overheat, their skin could, break out rashes more easily. That being said, don't overdress them. Don't put like layers and layers of clothes on them when it's not needed. Try to keep your house temperature kind of toward a cool level instead of hot, so the baby would feel cooler. And also for baby with more sensitive skin, try to make sure that you're only giving them clothing that is made with cotton. The reason being because number one, cotton is more friendly towards sensitive skin, so it's not easy to rise an allergic reaction. And secondly, it is more breathable, so baby skin could kind of breathe in more easily and without having sweat and heat trapping in. And on top of that, make sure when you wash the baby clothing, try to use detergent for meant for baby. Don't use like the detergent meant for adult that has a very strong scent. It usually doesn't matter, but if your baby has really sensitive skin, then detergent that has strong scents tends to contain more chemical, which could feel kind of allergic to baby with really sensitive skin. And last but not least, buy a good humidifier. And I don't mean like buying those cheap humidifier that's like kind of $10 or less because they tend to not do much. Try to buy a good humidifier, especially during winter time, where you turn your heaters on, because during those time then the house overall humidity level would go way down. And if you didn't, especially during the night, if you didn't put a humidifier kind of close to your baby while they sleep, um, over the night when they were sleeping, where you're not applying cream on them, the skin could get really dry. And by the time it's morning, it might be too late because the skin is already, kind of dry out. And when you apply moisturizing cream, at that time, the skin might already having a little rash forming out. So most of the time, if you follow those tips above, your baby's rashes would kind of gone within a few days. They would, self-heal and it's not a big issue. However, if your baby has like really serious rashes, like the skin is already breaking out and there's liquid coming out, then you should definitely take them to pediatrician. Most of the time, the pediatrician will prescribe you with some ointment that contain hormone, and when you apply those on your baby, it would heal the rashes on a very quick manner. The rash would go completely away, and you should use those until the skin is healing off. So no any yellow liquid or blood is coming out. Then stop using them and go back to the moisturized route. The reason because after all, those ointments contain a lot of hormone, and it's just not the best thing to use constantly on your baby's skin. As a matter of fact, if you overuse them, they could have further disadvantage on your baby's skin, such as further thinning your baby's skin. So, in summary, in order to prevent baby from having rashes, there's several points to remember. Number one, which is most important, keep baby's skin moisturized. Number two, make sure that baby is cool so they're not overheating, and try not to turn the heat way too high. And number three, make sure you are giving them clothing that is such as cotton or clothing with high breathability so baby skins could breathe through and it's not trapping any sweat or heat. Last but not least, get a good humidifier so baby's moisturizing level is being keep at a good level throughout the night. So those are my tips on dealing with baby rashes. I hope you find them helpful. And if you have any questions, or if your baby had rashes and you use other way to treat them that works really well, please leave them in the comment section below and let me know. If you leave me a question in the comment section below, I will try my best to answer your question. And if you find this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Bye.